everyone, welcome to my channel. If it's your first time here, my name is Stasia and I'm following a high carb, low fat, oil-free plant-based diet. It has been many weeks since I posted a video, so today's video is going to be explaining what's been going on with me, what has been happening the last few weeks, what the future of this channel is, and all that good stuff. So let's get into it. All right, so first of all, I just want to say thank you to all of you who have reached out to me out of concern, wondering where I am, what the heck is going on. So the reason why I haven't posted is unfortunately, going a few weeks back now, myself and my family got sick with, you can probably guess what. I don't want to say it because I don't want this, video to get flagged or anything, but yeah, we caught the big C. And it was rough. It was not easy at all. It really sucked. I don't even know how to put it to words. I have never felt anything like that before. Came on very strong out of nowhere, fine one day and very sick by the same day, basically. And we were doing a social distancing visit with my family around for Christmas outside. We were very adamant about not going inside, keeping our distance. And that's kind of the strange thing about us even getting sick in the first place is that I have an immunocompromised child. Most of you know I have a little boy with special needs, and we have been very like this about, staying safe, doing what we can. Every winter we go into our own little hibernation just to kind of, stay away from the cold and flu season as much as we can. And then you add COVID on top of that. So yeah, we've been super safe, and it still found its way to our home, and we have no idea how we caught it. But yeah, I was with my family outside earlier that day. By the same night, I was so horribly sick. I started with terrible chills and just progressed to many other things. So it was very foreign for me to be that sick because I don't know if it's just following this lifestyle, eating a heavily, plant-based diet, that I don't never get sick. And when I say I never get sick, I mean never get sick. This can be validated by my friends and my family. A whole flu, a whole cold, whatever can run through my house. The kids can have it. My husband can be sick, kissing everybody, and I still don't get sick. And I put everything on that. I never, ever get sick. So it's a really foreign feeling to me. I know a lot of my peers, they just, especially living in Canada, they just kind of equate getting sick to just being part of, the winter time. It's just what happens. And it's very normal for people to be sick. But for me, it's not normal at all. So I don't know. It was awful. It was so awful feeling the way that I did. By the next day, my husband fell down with the exact same symptoms as me. And we were basically neck and neck, just dying together in bed every day. So it was not fun. I'd say one of the things that hit me the hardest was lack of energy. And that one was another huge one for me because energy is not an issue for me. Anyone who knows me personally knows that I'm usually full of energy, and I'm not even someone who needs a lot of sleep. I can run off of almost no energy. Almost no sleep and still have energy. So that was a really weird feeling that I just, to even get up to try to make my kids something to eat or make myself a tea or something, I'd be up for 15 minutes and need to sleep for 2 hours after that. It just really wiped the life right out of me. So that was really a really strange feeling for me not to be able to do anything. Just normal, simple things just seemed monumental. They seemed huge, and though that was one of the things that has been the hardest to shake is my lack of energy. I would say probably within the last week or two, I've started to feel more like myself again. But for many weeks after the worst of it, I still had so many lingering symptoms that I couldn't seem to get rid of. And the lack of energy was just a huge one and such a nasty one to deal with. It was frustrating for someone like me who's just used to always being on the go, doing this, doing that, managing this, managing that. And I couldn't do it all. I had my limit, and it wasn't a very, large capacity. So that is the reason why I have not had the time or the energy to unfortunately put together a nice video for you guys and upload one. So I hope all of you guys can understand that. For those of you who have been concerned, I am feeling much better now. As you can probably see, I've got my energy back and feeling like myself again. So I still have a little bit of stuff here and there that I'm dealing with, but overall, I would say and hope that I'm going in the right direction and it's behind me. Now, I know a lot of you guys are probably wondering, well, how are you doing? Like, how did you manage, cooking and following this lifestyle while being so sick? And all I can say to that is I did the best that I can do. Was I perfect? Absolutely not. But I did the best that I can do. In fact, another symptom that I had was a loss of appetite. So there were days that it was a struggle just to eat, right? And I remember just being on the phone with my mom and just telling her, like, I'm basically having to force myself to eat right now. But I was, trying to just overload on nutrition the most that I can to get myself better, right? So I was just trying to take in anything healthy, juices, smoothies, salads, teas, to get all that natural food inside of me. But the appetite was a big one. It really was a struggle some days to eat. And then other times it was just a lack of energy that I didn't have that energy. I didn't care. When you're that tired, you don't care about doing anything perfect. You just want to feel better. So, it was really difficult some days to get up and actually cook. Like if I could just whip my kids together something within 10 minutes or so, maybe my dinner was a snack, something that I was just grabbing or munching on or whatever. So unfortunately, there was a lot of days like that too. So I would be lying if I said that, oh yes, I was perfect and right on track with everything when I was feeling this way. No, it was so up and down. So definitely not. But since I've been feeling better, yes, I have been finding my mojo again. Like I've just been really excited about kind of getting back on track in every way, including exercise, everything, especially when you come from being so sick. It's like, I don't know, I just have this feeling where I feel like I'm just like celebrating inside to feel good. And I just want to continue to feel good and do everything I can to maintain my health. Because when you get sick, it really hits you just how important our health is. When you don't have your health, nothing else matters. When you don't feel good, nothing else matters. So it was a real reminder, just how important it is to continue following this lifestyle. I mean, for me, most of you guys know I was raised vegetarian as a child. So eating vegan, plant-based, like it comes pretty easy for me compared to maybe some people coming from a heavily meat-based diet. But still, it's just a reminder to do the best that we can with our health and to try to always put the best foods in our bodies, because when we have all that we have going on in this world right now, that's the one thing we can have a little bit of control over, is to be good to our bodies and take care of our bodies, and my mom and I talk about this too, that we're just like, well, maybe it would have been worse if I didn't eat the way that I eat. And if I wasn't, doing what I could to still pump, the nutrition in my body when I was feeling so bad, maybe it would have been worse. So yeah, so it was a real reminder for me just how important it is. So now that I'm feeling better, it's kind of given me like a renewed sense of motivation, I guess, to like be on track, and knowing that spring is around the corner, that also is pretty exciting. The sun is actually shining so beautifully today. And so, so yes, I'm definitely in a better like mind space than I've been in the last few weeks. So I hope that answers your question as far as how I'm doing. Okay, and lastly, you guys have been asking, what's going on with your channel? Are you coming back? All of that. So that's totally understandable. Obviously, I just explained why I have been away for a while. So to answer that question, yes, this channel is still going to be continuing. I don't have any plans of going anywhere. I have built my channel up to the level that it's at right now. I love this community. I love talking to you guys, and I love this way of eating. And I love cooking. So even there's been a few things that I have made even in the last like week or so that I'm like, oh, I should show that on my channel. I think that everyone would like this recipe. So that was kind of fun and exciting to kind of get back into that groove a little bit too, and be thinking about all of you and just sharing some of my recipes. So I'm not going anywhere. The only thing I'm going to say is that I'm just not 100% sure as far as how consistent I will be, like if it's 1 video a week or 2 videos a week or maybe once every 2 weeks. I'm not sure. So I don't want to say something to you guys today and then not be able to follow through with it. I don't like doing that. So I'm just going to leave it at that, I'm just going to play it by ear and do what I can do to upload videos on this channel for you guys. I promise you I'm not going anywhere. I can say that. I just can't commit to exactly what that schedule will be, but I'm going to be aiming for somewhere, once a week or once every 2 weeks, kind of like what I was doing before. So that most definitely is the goal. So I hope that you guys can, relax and not feel like that I've gone anywhere. And honestly, that just makes me feel so loved and appreciated that so many of you guys were concerned about where I was and if I was coming back to this channel. So thank you very much for that. Okay, so one last quick little thing I wanted to touch on before I finish up this video is, for those of you who have been following me, you know that I am Canadian, so I don't know, what you guys know about what's going on here in Canada, but a lot is going on here. A lot of stuff is going on here. So a lot of stressful stuff. I'm not going to lie. It has been very concerning and very stressful the last few months. And for those of you who are my Canadian followers on this channel, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. There's just been a lot. There's been a lot of divide, a lot of debate, a lot, with our government, just a lot of changes. There's just been a lot. So that's been also hard to digest and to kind of process for myself and my family, like how we're going to kind of deal with everything and how we're moving forward with it, or trying to. So that has been something that has been a lot on my mind and on my heart, trying to navigate through all of that. Currently, our truckers right now are on a convoy to Ottawa. I actually believe they arrived today, and there's going to be some peaceful protesting, but they are making worldwide news, against some of these mandates and stuff like that are happening. So there's just a lot going on in Canada right now. And so the next thing I wanted to touch on was the food shortages that I'm already starting to see. So that's also been a small concern of mine. I mean, we're not really kind of at that point where there's nothing, but even in terms of this channel, I've talked to my husband about that. I'm like, what happens if it gets so bad that I can't even get the stuff that I need, first of all, for our family to even eat, but secondly, for this channel, in all seriousness, to be able to make certain recipes or this and that. So although that sounds wild and, just something that could never happen, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. I was going to say I'm not so sure that it couldn't happen, because I've already been in the stores and we're already experiencing some food shortages here. So it's a little alarming, because I must say I've never seen it like that before. So, people say it's for all kinds of different reasons. But who knows? I think in my opinion, it's probably a combination of a bunch of different things going on. But unfortunately, there's a lot of people who are saying and anticipating that it's going to get worse, much worse in the coming weeks and the coming months. So, I mean, who knows? We won't know until we know. It's all yet to be seen. So I'm really hoping that that's not the case and that we can just kind of continue on as normal. But I can definitely say for sure that things are already changing when I go out to the grocery stores. So there's a lot of empty shelves. So one thing that I have decided to do is to start documenting it. I had actually hopped on YouTube myself, trying to look for other people in Canada, more specifically Southern Ontario, where I'm located, to see, what's going on with these food shortages. And unfortunately, I didn't really find too many. So I just had the idea that I'm like, you know what, I might just start documenting it myself. Just because I'm personally so thankful when I find other channels, mostly in the US, but when they show what's going on, because the mainstream media is not really covering this stuff. So it's platforms like YouTube that allows us to all kind of stay connected and show each other what's going on. And I had actually thought of even uploading videos to this channel to show you guys, but I thought, no, that might be messy. And I know why you guys are on this channel. You want to, you know, follow me for what I'm eating, for food ideas, recipes, encouragement, all that stuff. So I just didn't want to mix it and have it get too messy. So I decided to start a second channel just for the purpose of documenting what's going on as far as the food shortages go. So I've only uploaded 2 videos this week, and then I'm making this video this week as well for you guys. So I'm kind of back on my game. But those videos obviously are a little bit different. They're much easier because it's just me going in the grocery store, bada bing, bada boom, and easy to upload. So those ones are not a big deal. But if you are interested in checking out what's going on in Southern Ontario, Canada, as far as our grocery stores go and stuff, you can hop on over to my second channel and subscribe over there, and I'll be uploading as frequent as I can when I go to the grocery stores and stuff to keep everyone informed with the progression of these potential food shortages. So I will leave the link to my second channel in the description box if you guys wanted to go over there and check it out. One quick thing, don't be shocked when you see that my channel is called CanadianAJ. AJ is also my name as well. My name is Anastasia, so hence Stasia. Some people call me Stasia, and my middle name starts with a J, so there's the AJ. So don't be shocked and being like, what? Why is her name not Stasia? It is. My name is Stasia, and it's also AJ. That was just a different nickname that I wanted to go for with that channel, but both are actually my name, so just don't be confused by that. At any rate, this video is getting long because you guys know that I can talk. So I'm going to leave it here, but I'm back, so I'm so happy to be back, and I just want to thank all of you guys who have been concerned, following me, for watching this video, and for sticking by my side. So with that being said, guys, thanks so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.